It reminded me of the fish from that video from what's it called? It's Faith No More. Tell us, Andy. What's up?
And they followed us. The dude in the white shirt followed us with those two new guys in the yellow shirts. And they were coming up towards us. They ended up heading towards him, punching him in the back of the head, and walking towards.
These guys didn't do that for no reason. Do you think the cop is that stupid? Why did these three guys, like, as if they're not going to question those three guys? Do you think their story is going to match up with your story? Maybe not. Do you think you're going to have to contend with the fact that they're going to tell them what happened? Like, they're going to say, these guys tased me and they were blasting a song, which is like clearly inflammatory hate speech. So they were asking for trouble. And I asked them to turn it off and they got aggressive with me. And they tried to like get up in my face and be all macho. And so we saw them and we're like, what's up? Because they said they wanted to fight. So we were like, here we are. What's up? And you saw what's up. What's up is they have no backbone and they cannot fight.
Yeah.
Watch this cop.
So we warned them, stay back, stay back, stay back.
Oh, if only you had said it that calmly and maturely. Stay back, stay back, stay back. It was, stay back! Officer, it was a very forceful and, you know, it was. I took a tone with them, put it that way.
And then they stopped. Then we phoned the police, and this is the situation we're in right now.
I warned them
We're
in
working toward us
false.
while we're asking to
Doesn't mean
stand
you
back.
pull a gun on them. Doesn't mean you pull a gun on them. Doesn't mean you pull a gun on them.
It doesn't mean you pull a gun on them. I mean, the guy's old school. He's like, look, what the fuck? These guys didn't pull a gun on you. Why did you pull a gun on them? Are you that? It's almost like he can't understand their weakness. He's like, what are you doing? Why would you feel the need to do that?
There was two guys on me.
Yeah, it's amazing. He goes, there were two guys on me. Right, there are two guys on you. One of them was going after your food. Two guys on you. You had two friends. Your two friends didn't back you up. Why don't you talk to your two friends who left you out to dry?
But they had separated him.
They had separated him. No, they had separated him. No, Andy, you backpedaled. You were right next to failure, and then you walked away.
Yeah, he walked away.
Okay,
Failure
that's
even
not.
said, I'm standing my
They
ground.
is that crazy? That they separated failure. No, failure stood his ground. You ran away, bitch. That's like Joe Live Life saying the tree hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera down, think to help out your body, or
Oh,
I did.
you think about putting your camera down to help out your buddy? Did you think about it? Thought about it and I said, no, I'd rather live. I'm just going to let failure die. Cool.
When that happened,
Fuck yeah. Shoot.
I saw the swing.
These men are dangerous racists. Arrest them all. Nice.
Yeah, they
went up
kind of
there.
are.
and then your buddy pulled out a gun and pointed at everybody.
We
It's
were-
on here, it's on video.
and
It's on the video. The stupid video. So the video that they showed the cops, they told the cops about, they're the only ones that could have done that. They called the cops. They showed the cops the video that incriminated them. It's like an own goal, but just the life version of it. Fantastic.
towards us. So what do we do?
You're not gonna understand.
And do we just like,
You know,
allow them
Andy
to
has
attack
learned
us? I'm
nothing.
not sure how we defend ourselves.
He's like, you're not understanding this, dude. How do we defend ourselves aside from asking my little pink-haired, little gay twink friend to pull out a gun? And like a parrot, when failure said stand your ground, Andy repeated it.
Except Andy ran away when it
We
came
told
down
them
to
stay
it.
back, or we have to defend ourselves.
Look at him. My camera.
And they followed us too. So
You followed them.
All that time they were following you, you never called the cops.
hang on.
once?
You know, I just want to say, hey, if I think we should get a lawyer.
I
Before we talk.
think we should get a lawyer.
Put him again, and we'll put you in cuffs. Stand over here.
Oh. You walk over to him
No,
again, I'm
he-
putting you in cuffs. Andy,
Basically just saw on video that these guys are pussies.
yeah, this is like a dream come true for cops because cops show up on the scene. They have no idea what happened before. Everybody has a story. You know, it would take days to figure out what really happened unless some jackass is holding up a camera filming the whole thing. So he watches it, hears the rhetoric, hears what these guys were saying, sees the whole origin of it. I mean, do they think the whole song is just going to just be brushed over? Like, they're not going to be seen as the heroes here. because they started all of this shit by doing that. Imagine me walking into Harlem with a sandwich board that says on it, and then getting punched, and then asking people to be on my side. I got assaulted. Yeah, but what were you doing in Harlem with that sign? What was that about? You fucking idiot. God, this is karmic justice.
Yes.
I've explained my side of the story. That's it.
See, Andy's completely been controlled now. Andy, no more Mr. Tough Guy. He just threatened to get arrested. He's been threatened, and now he's going to shut up. Watch, his whole thing has changed.
That's not what it is. I got assaulted though. I got hit in the back of the head.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
Victim.
where your buddy pulled a gun on some people?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got assaulted? Yeah. I'm sure he's going to go to jail and do 10 to 15 for that terrible assault they did on you, you fucking pussy. Also, a side note, you might have got a slight abrasion by one of those punches. You didn't, but you might have. Your friend threatened to kill people tonight. So that's what we're more concerned about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I like how he's like, okay, that's great. You got assaulted. Cool. In other news, your friend pulled a gun. You told him to shoot, which I don't know how that's not attempted murder or aiding and abetting or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be something. If your friend has a gun pulled and pointed at a dude and you tell him, shoot, what is that? That's instigating violence at the bare minimum.
Yes.
You guys can't understand that. I really don't know what else to tell you.
You know, it's funny. Andy should be going to jail tonight. He should have been in a fight, and he should have gone out for disorderly conduct or something. But because he's such a vaginal yeast infection, he's gonna eke out of this. And the only thing that will be destroyed is his already piss poor reputation, and just his his ego and his credibility.
That's their first problem.
He did. Then they followed us. They followed us.
Okay, so you should have called the cops in the first place.
Right. So if you have a problem, call the cops. You're not the law. Stop trying to be a vigilante. Do not pull a gun. That could have ended very badly. If it was left up to these guys, it would have ended real bad. Here's what happened. Failure, it's a 5-hour stream. Okay, so Failure said, here, police officer, here's the stream. Where do you think Failure rewinded to? Yeah. When the cops or the judge or anybody, the internet, when they see how it started with the song, it's a whole different ballgame. And so when these stories do not align, and you have to ask yourself, what makes sense? Do you think this random white guy, and by the way, there's tons of eyewitnesses to this song being played, not to mention the internet itself, but do you think they're going to make that up? It's a very detailed and very specific lie to make up. What's more likely? They made up that this song was being played, that these guys weren't blasting this song on a speaker? Or is it that these three dudes who were scared out of their minds because they're pussies, they started shit that they started barking, they couldn't back it up, and now they're trying to pin it all on, oh, they attacked us. Meanwhile, no. This is like a juvenile game of like, mommy, my sister hit me. Sally hit me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but Sally said that you hit him first. Or hit her first. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, I didn't mention that part. Well, you're a fucking little cunt. We have footage. You hit her first. So the hit back is not the violation. It's the person that hit. If you don't understand that, I don't know. I can't help you.
I understand.
Good, I'm glad you do.
Okay.
Look at them. They're in like a little sassy spat.
It's like, just let people hit us.
Let people hit us. Look at them, little passive aggressive. Yeah, it's cool. Just let people hit us, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. And it's so crazy. Andy Worski, he's like, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to knock you out, bro. And the next thing you know, hey, police officer, don't let the evil men hit us. Don't let them hit us. I mean, how do you rationalize that? Just shut up, you whimpering coward.
Yeah, but we just stand there and just take it.
No, it's called fight back, Andy. Fight back. Don't pull a gun like a coward. Just fight them. Or just run.
Tell your buddy to shoot.
Right, your instinct was to run. Why not just run? Like, leave.
Yeah, that's even better than pointing a gun at them.
You're not a tough guy. Just walk away. Do you want to die? You want one in the chest? Those pecs aren't going to help you when we shoot you in the chest. I should leave you on the street bleeding, you faggot. Right, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Maybe going to jail for aggravated assault.
Oh.
He doesn't have to.
Oh, we're getting education. Look at Andy. It's malice. If you wave a gun and threaten a dude's life, I mean, that shit is not allowed. And you could try to justify it, but these cops are not having it, and the escalation came from these guys. These guys started it, they instigated it, they escalated it, and then they tried to pussy out and play victim. And look at Andy, he's like, oh shit, this is not working. Hey Andy, you might want to rethink calling the cops on this, and you might want to rethink showing them the footage. Oops. The more you know.
I understand your side of it. I understand you should have called the police. But because you guys didn't want to call the police and these guys want to start fighting again, you pulled a gun on them. I got him on video right now.
I see the video.
He gun at 3 dudes in the middle of the street, 100 feet away, because he was afraid he was going to get his butt kicked.
He was afraid. Not only he was afraid, they all were afraid. Andy was petrified he was going to get his butt kicked.
Dude, this guy's a Florida cop. He sees real gangsters like shooting each other all day.
He just
There's these kids out here playing like it's a game.
He just cut through the bullshit with a hot, searing knife, and he was just like, "Here's what happened. These guys came back, and he doesn't even know why they came back. They're totally justified in stalking these dudes down, and getting in their face. They came and they wanted to fight, and you were scared because you were scared you're going to get your butt kicked, and so you pulled a gun on these dudes in the middle of the street." He's like, "This is not a hard one to decipher. You're wrong. You're cowards, and you're wrong, and you're going to jail."
You should have called the cops 15, 20 minutes ago, and you didn't. Whatever.
How did Andy avoid jail?
I'm glad you're recording.
I know, barely.
It's all evidence.
It's all evidence.
Did you watch the part where he assaulted him?
Did you watch the part where he assaulted him? So he still thinks that the footage will set him free. What a dumb shit. Okay, put it this way. Who's going to tell the cops first that they should go back to the song and see all that? Because with that backstory, this is 10 times worse. This cop would be like, "You fucking clowns. I'm going to take you to jail just on whatever trumped up charge just to ruin your night because you're that much of a bitch." I mean, do they think that it's impossible to rewind before the failure assault? I mean, do they think that there's no reason? Do they think that the other guys can't speak English? One of these things has to be true. Otherwise, this level of stupidity is unfathomable. Fucking loser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I agree with you.
Pretty incredible.
Pull a gun on somebody.
Hey, just stop. Hey, dude, stop talking. Stop talking. Yeah, we'll just stop talking.
Yeah, get in trouble.
I got a USB cord. Okay. Actually,
We'll let our lawyers handle this.
Yeah, it's not going well. This guy's not on our side. He's not a big fan of the warpath. He doesn't get the memes. Go home, Andy.
No.
Go home to Toronto. Little dumb fuck. Should slap you. Look at that face. Look at that scowl. Look at that frown.
Yeah, see that one's a
What is that, a fish? The fuck are you doing? Oh yeah! I sent $6 from Knickers. Kind of sounds like...
He still has the sound on his phone on. Turn that off. It's gonna come out and say some shit that's gonna get you hurt more.
Imagine
Now-
how proud his father is.
Right now they're playing the Baked Alaska song, which is "We Love Our Cops." Listen to this.
What did you run into these?
At 2 guys.
I'm talking 1%.
The eyes are anything damn so.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
It's like he was like, "I'm talking to one person at a time. You go with that?" He was
Oh.
like, "Yeah." He's like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah."
Oh, wow. Oh my god. 3. Okay.
You guys just look at the pier too?
No.
When did you run into these?
At 2 guys.
I'm talking 1%. You doing that?
Yeah, I am.
You are?
I'm great. We don't have to answer anything damn so.
Well, don't answer them. You go to jail. He's trying to sort everything out.
Oh. And he's getting clowned. He's getting clowned. Look at him. This homeless, fucking unemployed Canadian just strolling around Florida telling cops what's what. Shut the fuck up. Go home to Guelph.
31.
He said, "You're 31." He said, "I'm 31," and then he said something. He said congratulations. What did he say?
Pretty one. You know I'm funny. Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
It was the cop that said something.
Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
Fuck.
Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
It sounds like 2 syllables.
It does it quick. Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
I think that the first noise is not him. I think that's failure.
Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
I have no idea.
Pretty one. You know I'm funny.
This is the stupidest song ever. Holy shit. It's so bad. We love the military. We love our cops. It's important.
Oh, you were playing the song.
No, I was holding the phone.
Oh.
Who was playing the song?
Oh, who's playing the song? Uh-oh. Information's come in. We weren't playing the song. Like, the song comes from a place, like, nobody really takes credit for the song, even though we're holding a speaker walking down the street playing the song. It's not our responsibility. You have to understand. Oh, okay. Brilliant.
The song was coming over the speaker.
The guy who plays guitar?
No.
Look at the gut on that cop. So wait, the song was coming over the speaker. Yeah, thanks, failure. Tell us how the sound is emitted from this device. That's really what we're asking. Who is responsible for the song being played? It's not hard. There's a very simple answer. These people are dodging because they know that they're going to come off looking like assholes.
That's what were you listening to? It's whatever the chat decides they want.
Oh, right. Whatever the chat. Right. Like as if this is not a running theme on their show.
Yeah.
Like it's a noun, verb, and name. That's it.
You know, like send us a comment or something, or sometimes they'll play
Okay,
a
please
song.
take the phone out of your hand and what have you.
Yeah. There was yelling back and forth. There was no other physical contact.
How about the fact that you tried to throw a fake little fat girly man punch as like a show of force? How about the part where you got up in his face and were like bodying up on him with your man tits? You're not going to talk about that? Ridiculous. And he's not going to mention the taser? My lord.
We walked away. They walked away. We went back to the guitars.
Look at that dumbass face on this fucking clown. Just staring at his stupid ass chat. Nice content, bro. God damn.
You didn't mention the tasing too. So
Stupid.
funny.
I gave the guitarist $20. We talked to the guitarist a little bit about politics.
Irrelevant.
And then we walked this back to
Politics? He told you about Freemasons and QAnon.
Yeah,
Even that's a lie.
We're going to go to our car, but we decided to talk to the chat and have the wings for a while. So we're going to walk this way and
Oh my god. Andy tried to take the white cop's gun and shoot the black cop. I mean, did they really find that to be funny?
saying like, why don't they shut that off?
It's
when they're
so
talking to the
dumb.
cop? Oh my
But you know
God.
what's great? Like, if my chat or if my audience was that dumb, like, I would want to get away from that. Like, what does it say about Andy that this is all he has to live off? He can't say, this isn't funny, guys. Like, hey, guys, it's not now. It's not a good time right now with the shit. But, like, you know, maybe later. Whatever works. I need the money.
we're going to walk by the water and just said and eat the wings. And that's when all of a sudden they approached us.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden, they approached us. We're just innocent. We're just going home. Excuse me, guys. We're heading to our car, so it's time out now. Okay.
Alright, so they approached you what, here? So when did they assault you?
They assaulted me. You saw it on the video. Well, they assaulted me.
smacked the phone out
They
of your
assaulted me twice. They smacked the phone out of me over there,
Okay.
and then they started punching me in the back of the head over there by
Oh,
the.
when your buddy pulled the gun out.
No, that
He said they started smacking me over the head over there. He goes, oh, when your buddy pulled the gun on them. that time. He's like, you guys are trying to bury the lead. So these cops get a call, and what do you think the lead is on this call? There's a guy who pulled a gun. We have a skirmish, 3 white males, attack.
Yeah.
That's the story. The story is a guy pulled a gun. An obese man got slightly hit in his head. Like, that's what? Who cares? All right, we got a situation. Like, how many? That happens like 100 times a night at the club scene in Orlando or wherever they are. It's not an issue.
Where are you guys streaming this?
We've done a bunch of it, but it's almost at the end. It's in the. Where is it? Where did I put it?
You got the link here for the YouTube.
No, I got the rabbit in
All right.
the. So the cop doesn't buy a single second of this. I love how Failure is putting his hands up. Like, oh my god! Can you imagine patting him down? Oh my god! It's like, what is he stashing in these folds? That's not a healthy stomach. That looks like Ethan Ralph right there with the cop's gut. Look at that. All right, back to the action.
Oh fuck, man.
They were separate from it was they were on top of
happened
me.
after, right?
Yeah. By the way, I don't understand.
What's up, Billy?
What's going on?
Yeah, he's trying to get the story straight. Let's see. Look at Andy. Oh my god! Look at this stupid shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is great. This is some performance art that's about to come up. Some guy pays to have this stupid song play again with this black cop in the background. I don't think they have the speaker on, so the people out there can't hear it, but we hear it on the stream because it's internally like it plays. It's great. Andy frames it like this. Look at Failure. Yeah, show us the assault. Get us to the part with the assault. It's incredible.
Two cops, he's showing it to his buddy now. Like, check out this video, man.
We love our cops. We love our soldiers. Dude, Failure makes that white cop look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. Look at Andy just blankly staring.
Yeah.
Oh, he told the chat, the speaker's not on. So all your little jokes, they aren't going over on the audience.
Yep, that's the big takeaway.
Pistol whip him right in his fat face.
Nose with the handle.
Look at the sour look on his face, like he just ate a lemon.
You know who I am?
Yeah, my Warski charm didn't work on these guys.
Failure said he was like 6'3" or some bullshit. He's like 5'10", 5'11" maybe. There's no fucking way. Look at him.
His radius is 6'3".
Yeah. 6'3", wide.
Yeah.
Pear tree shaped.
Eddie's so dumb, bro. Do you know how much he's gonna get into trouble for this? Not he might not because of fucking getting arrested.
No, he lost all.
Bad.
He lost all credibility.
Dude, someone said Tonka said a couple of things that made sense. It's like, why didn't none of those dudes ran when he pulled out the gun? They all could have just ran.
Who?
Like they just walked. They were like staying back.
They were calm as shit.
Like, running away.
Those
I was
guys.
saying that earlier, that those guys weren't scared at all. They were just coming back even though they knew they had a gun and they were still like, what are you going to do? You know, like,
Is that interesting? Those guys had nerves of steel because they sized these guys up. They're like, this pink-haired little faggot. I am not worried that this guy's squeezing rounds off on me. I'm not worried about his physicality. Nothing about this man threatens me. And
Dude, you think he'd get off the fucking phone?
I know,
Too.
never.
Like
never.
the cops, whatever. You guys don't. They said something about, oh, we're live streaming. Like, okay, like what the fuck is wrong with you people? Get off the fucking phone. Yeah, and the cops said basically you've what's it called? You pulled a gun on someone that didn't have weapons.
just look at what a douchebag this guy is.
Why didn't you just fight each other? You'd be in and out of jail in a night, and that's it. I didn't know none of these other problems.
Look at him. He's got his 5 o'clock shadow, his little scruffy beard. He's like lost in America, just wandering around from one gong show to the other. Just fucking embarrassing. Yeah, like what are you doing in your life, dude? Great content, Andy. I mean, that's the funny thing. It's come full circle where this content is so bad that it actually is good to watch. But
Yeah.
in no way is intentional. It's just so stupid. God. Watch this. The song kicks in. That cop tamed him, didn't he? He's not saying a word.
Adult told him to shut up.
It's a phone. It's a property.
Yeah, it's a phone. You don't pull a gun on a guy who knocked a phone out of your hand, fucking loser. And also, you don't say shoot.
Oh, they pulled the whole stand your ground shit on purpose. They
Yeah.
something, bro. Something's up.
So when people walk up to us and attack us, it's fine. But
You put all that training to good use.
and tell them what are they doing, something or stuff. It's negative.
He's laughing. It's funny.
Such a moron. Andy doesn't understand.
It's amusing to him.
Listen to him, Paul Blart.
Call him Paul. If you
Paul
call,
Blart's shit.
yeah, if you called him Paul Blart to his face, he'll fucking crack you over the head and arrest you. Right there. And that's why he said that, mumbling into his camera.
Yes, I don't know what assault is when you're hit by.
He's got a vest on, bro. The cop. That's not just fat. That's a vest. Look at it.
Get killed in fights.
People get killed in fights. Oh yeah, right. And I like he's talking about, man, this is the rule of the streets, man. This is what happens in fights. You didn't fight anybody, you cunt. You wouldn't even fight. You
He
guys
said he wanted to fight. Then he came back with enough people to make it an even matchup, and then they wanted to pull a gun.
He's like, no, you don't understand. I want to knock you out, bro, when it's 3-on-1, 4-on-1. But when it's 3-on-3, nah. I want get the cops involved. Oh, he heard faggot.
It's like you guys instigators afterwards.
Oh,
What'd
no.
he say? You guys want to what?
Sounds like you guys were the instigators. He said that because he said, you want to end up in a pool of your own blood, you faggot?
Did you hear the article someone wrote? It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. It's got like the whole transcription. Like,
But-
oh my God.
The cop's not stupid. He understands man talk. If you talk that sort of mad shit and then try to play this innocent lamb, like, oh, they just came up on it. No, dude. What happened to the pool of blood, you faggot? What happened to that?
Not at all.
The guy committed a property crime. He smacked the phone.
And then we walked away, and then they followed us.
No, you start getting in his face afterwards. You call him a faggot.
So they could walk up to us and attack us then.
Yes, yes, Andy. You walk up to a guy at 1 o'clock in the morning who's had drinks and you start playing nigger songs and call him a faggot. Yeah, but do you understand? Just think of how impossibly weak it is to talk tough and say you want to fight men and then be the guy that goes to the cops, the fucking police. Dude, we have a name for this, rats. This is the rat move. This is a bitch move. Who would do this? Back in school, if you went to the teacher, you're the bitch. You tattletaled. Everybody hates a tattletale. So, there's no honor here. They're not going to settle it among men. They're just going to bitch out instantly and go to the principal. I mean, what do you think? Okay, think of the guys from Goodfellas. Think of De Niro and Pesci watching this footage. Do you think whose side do you think they would take in this? The men who walked in the middle of a street right at a dude who had a gun and were like, step up, let's do this. Those guys? Or this fucking turd? Ugh.
Him. Whatever. Okay. All right. I don't need to. I don't need to speak.
Because he's not under arrest. He keeps doing this. So you don't have to speak. But you're not under arrest, so you have to speak.
You just missed it. That was incredible. He just said, I'm not in the mood. Making fun of that. Listen to this. I'm not in the mood. Again, it's like a lover's quarrel with this guy. Like no.
Wedding couple.
I'm not here to argue. I can't argue with you. No, I'm not even. I can't. Watch.
Whatever. Okay. All right. I don't need to. I don't need to speak. I don't want to speak anymore. I don't need to speak anymore. Thank you. I don't want. I'm not in the mood.
I'm not in the mood. Your buddy's going to jail. What did he say? You guys are something you really are, he said.
Whatever. Okay. All right. I don't need to. I don't need to speak about it. I don't want to speak anymore.
And then you're.
I don't need to speak anymore. Thank you. I don't want. I'm not in the mood.
Your buddy's going to jail. You guys are idiots.
Oh! He said, "You guys are idiots." Oh!
You really are.
That's so great. I love the decisiveness of this cop. Like, he's assessed the evidence and he's 100% right. Saw through it instantly. This guy's been around the block, man. He's like, "Oh, you're going to pull one over on us? Oh, yeah, so just these three guys attacked you for no reason? And that's the whole story, huh? Oh, okay, cool." Nope. Wonderful.
You never called the cops. You walked the same direction.
We were going towards our car, sir.
Why didn't you call the cops? You're that concerned about getting the can. Your phone gets smacked over and you didn't call the cops. Seriously?
Right. So now he's saying if you you want to call the cops because a guy knocked a phone out of your hand. Like, first of all, who's that guy? Have you guys ever? Who would do that? And now, like, after you pull a gun, you're like, "Oh, forget the gun part. Let's talk about the iPhone getting knocked out."
Mm-hmm. An hour before.
You guys are in the wrong, he said. He said,
He's just holding the phone still. Got like half hour of footage here.
No. He said, "I'm not saying what the other guys did isn't wrong, but what you guys did is way worse." And he still doesn't know about the song.
You walk back to us.
Oh, what, Andy? I thought you were in the mood.
This shit should all be out loud, man. Fuck.
Don't say anything because, Philly, we tried to say stuff and it hasn't worked. It's gone very, very bad for us. Here's the song. Welcome to the Internet 2019.
This
It's him.
frame right here is everything. It's like
beautiful.
this is like him just sitting there looking dumbfounded at the
know.
camera with a song.
I know, with the
It's
black cop in the
fucking
background.
amazing.
The black cop in the background looking at the stream of this song.
This is so crazy, bro. This is what Andy's life has
I
come
know.
to.
With a man who goes by the name Failure with a fat ass gut who's standing in front of these cops. I mean, it's just wonderful.
This is like the best fucking 10 seconds of the whole thing,
I know.
I think.
Look at this.
It's like,
Oh my god.
All the speakers off.
dude, shut your phone and take care of the business.
I know,
don't
I know.
understand, man. Like,
Speakers off.
And they got the speakers
Like-
off. That would have made
like
it so much
also-
worse.
At what point does he realize this stream is not going well for him? This is like humiliating. He's getting dominated by this cop. Like, he just put out the least manly performance of all time. And yet he still films as if, like, this is some hot shit. I'm, stay away. Please.
I can't even do it.
We'll defend ourselves. I mean, you could tell that
No,
you're just,
you won't.
you know he's a
Could've
prey.
rolled.
A guy who's talking about we'll defend ourselves, that's a prey animal. That's not a predator. I'll defend myself. What happened to the offensive talk? What about the pools of blood? Oh my god.
Well, why couldn't he defend himself with his fist the whole time?
Never even came
Why
into it.
couldn't? What? Look, he's looking at him like,
Glare-
did you see that head
glare.
movement? Oh my god, did you see the cop? He was like,
Yeah, he was-
look at this fucking idiot. Like,
I know.
he looked at him and then he like made a head motion like, look at this fucking
Well,
guy.
because Andy's such a cunt, but like if you see Andy mugging at his camera, talking shit, like you're gonna instantly hate him and be irritated by him. So
Yeah.
they're watching this stupid ass stream, and now he's looking back at him, going, "Oh, this fucking purple-haired cunt walks into my town and tries to tell me." Oh no.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Who's the third guy in the background on the right? That was just back there. Some guy looked like he was like wearing a lanyard and shit.
It's inherently disrespectful. And this guy's such a narcissist, and I have no idea what would inspire him to keep this stupid stream going after this debacle of an evening. Like, what else could happen?
You can get more money, bro.
Like, if there was an alien invasion right now and people started getting vaporized, we'd be like, dude, this is fucking crazy right now. Look at this. And, like, put the camera down, dude. Get back to... Like, it's crazy. The IRL streamers do not know how to be IRL. Like, they have no idea what life is anymore.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, you're supposed to, you have free speech, but you don't realize that people don't respect your free speech, so you're gonna get punched if you do stupid shit. If you say enough stupid, fucked up shit. Like, yeah, the government will protect your free speech after you get hit, but you didn't get hit, so...
Yeah, but
it's not free from consequence.
Exactly, and the government is gonna take your side. Like, if you're out walking around with your grandmother, and a guy walks up to you and goes, hey, your grandmother is a fucking whore. I mean, you might punch that guy, and the juries are all going to throw away. You're never going to jail for that, because again, this is common sense. But you call that a bog rip? That was weak. Bongate?
Bongate gate.
I know.
Is this stand your ground gate? What is this?
The fence is trying to stand its ground. Look at the fence is buckling. You're about to hear like
bending and warping. See that guy? Who's he? Security or something?
Security.
You know what you're gonna start hearing? Like the metal start to like snap off, like the Golden Gate Bridge.
You're gonna hear like creaking.
Right. He's like, sir, we're gonna have to arrest you for destruction of public property. Ew! The fuck is Andy doing, dude? I gotta see that.
He's gonna eat it? He's about to eat it.
Priceless.
It looks like he's about to eat it.
Ew. Okay, hold on. Let me get a
clean
burger pick.
This is all a joke.
Don't play this game or not.
Oh my god. Hey, what's your problem, man? We're just playing our song. What's your deal? It's free speech, man.
So worried, so afraid, and everything else. Come all the way down here to this side, right over here.
Failure.
What an idiot! Shut up.
It's been a narrative. Just stop talking. Stop talking.
That's the narrative? What did he say?
He's telling the American what to do. Like, what?
He's got
Failure's like,
he's got
thinking this out. Shut the fuck up.
Well, the cop threatened to take him to jail, and so Andy's starting to panic, and now his fear has shifted from fear of being physically dominated and getting his ass kicked to fear of getting in trouble with the law, which he should be in trouble with the law. I mean, it's weird though. The same characteristics that he showed in that potential street fight are now playing out here, where he's all mute and silent, and he's like, "Oh God, I got to minimize the damage control." I mean,
I'm wondering. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you got it.
No. I thought you weren't. I thought you were done.
Well, I have one more comment, which is look at the old security guard in the background. That's not a normal chin or neck.
This chin is huge.
That's straight up Florida right there.
That's a Cuban chin right there, bro.
Yeah, he probably is Cuban. I can see that.
Yep. That's. I've seen people in my family that got fucking long ass chins.
Here we go. The narrative. I'm going to do a video on this. I'm going to explain the truth. We were in the right. Oh God, do you have any injuries? A little sore. It's not sore. You get 0 injuries.
Imagine the kid who pulled the gun. What is he thinking right now? Like, why did I pull that gun? Because he told me to? Like, what the fuck did I do that for?
Right. It's worse than pulling the gun. So you're telling me you yelled shoot at a guy who punched you and...
Did he yell shoot?
Twice. 3 times. He yelled 3 times shoot. And
Devin, I haven't seen the whole thing. I only saw like from when he pulls the gun out, because like I woke up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I was up for like 10 minutes and I would just check my Twitter.
I'll take
I sent that shit to you right away. I was like, "Yo, look at this."
I'll take you back to the origin, because it really, you have to see the start. Otherwise, none of it makes sense. But he did yell shoot, and it's just wild because the guy just put his flashlight up and said, "Where are your injuries?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't have any. I'm a little sore." So that's all it takes for you to try to inflict fatal, lethal violence against a man?
Crazy. I seen when he was calling him a faggot and all that, the original
Yeah.
part. And then like I saw the part where there was some scuff, someone kicked the bag,
Yeah,
and
no,
then they
that's
pulled
later.
out the gun. So I missed like a little bit of that probably.
I'll take you back to the beginning. I think it's pretty much over, but let's just see.
Well, no, let's keep going with this. We'll go back.
All right. There's no rush.
What's the fifth?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
fifth? He's gonna plead the fifth.
What's the fifth? He said.
He said, "Officer,
What pleading? Where's the plead?
I want to use all 5 of my amendments."
Were they in a courtroom? He's
I
gonna
know.
plead right now.
Stop.
Cop's just like, wow, this kid is-
The cop just looked back at him, stared daggers, and Andy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just go back to looking off into the distance with my purple."
Failure, stop, bro. And the cop just looks at him and keeps asking questions.
Look at his face.
This
His eyebrows
black
fall
guy-
up like he's scared.
The black cop is looking at this video like he's a new fan of the Purple Dragon.
He's just
Yeah,
been
that's
watching it the whole time.
He's like,
He's gonna donate.
"Officer, you're at a totally different part of the stream. This has nothing to do with the conflict." Yeah, I know, but this is good
I
content.
know, but someone said Jews something.
Yeah,
14.
They're talking about holocausters. What was it? Like roller coasters in the Holocaust? Yeah, this is amazing.
I don't know.
Antonio
Someone
would not
said
be surprised.
dongo wheelchair, and I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah. Is he actually in a wheelchair? Because that's hysterical. Dox those cops. Get him.
You have the right to stay silent today.
You have the right to stay silent. You really nailed it, Andy. It's like Andy paraphrasing the Fifth Amendment.
I have a secret document that I think you need to say.
You got the right to stay silent. And
Yeah, the fifth is totally different.
I
You don't have
know.
to fucking.
incriminate,
You don't have
self-incriminate. Take the fifth. Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, oh my God.
Doesn't mean you pull a gun on him.